Can I dream for a minute, yo? Can I dream? Can I dream for a minute, yo? Can I dream? Can I dream for a minute? Can I wait that G4? Feed off the semen, receive with that red carpet treatment. Raw fish, caviar and crackers at the Ritz. Can I dream for a minute? Shit. How about a meal worth of chips? I think it's like.
I got a lot to say about that match.
You know what? What's really good, ladies and gentlemen? It's the OG Boricua Dandada, a.k.a. Chef. I'm here with none other than the infamous Evil Orbit and the big homie, Evil Once. Gentlemen, how are you?
What's up, everybody? Since Dandada Chef got a bunch of names, I came up with a new one to my intro. So it is I, your succulent, quintessential Puerto Rican muffin Jorge, aka Evil Once, with the afternoon snack, Mr. Evil Orbit, and Chef. Like for the fans, like if people say, like here you go, the 10 pounds of podcast. Chef has the vision, he puts it in play, and I go purchase the merchandise. So,
yeah, listen. Before we go into NWA, I don't like the color yellow. So when you showed me, I was like, "Oh
gold,
man, that gold. Sorry, gold. It's gold. I apologize." I was feeling it. I was like, "I'm gonna have to cop me one of those because I like that shirt." Not because I designed it, because trust me, most of my stuff I will not put in gold, or I usually use black or white because those are my colors. But it looks official.
The gold is official, brother. And last night wrestling show was awesome. 45 minutes of fire. So, Chef, let's go. Woo!
So it starts off. We got Trevor Murdoch, who I was like, why am I watching Trevor Murdoch right now? Nick Aldis comes out. And it feels like, to me, I actually kind of enjoyed this for once because Nick Aldis made a point to say, well, you messed up. You know, you bring Chris Adonis in, and, you know, if he put the, knife to your back, he put the knife to your back because you were reckless, and you the one who cost you yourself the title, nobody else. And in a way, I was like, man, that makes so much sense. Kick that truth, Nick Aldis. So I actually enjoyed Nick Aldis for once because I'm not a fan of Nick Aldis. But I was like, you know what? I dig it. Your take on Nick Aldis promo versus Trevor, whatever you want to call him.
Well, Trevor Murdoch, bro, he's boring to me. Yeah. I agree with you with him. He's boring as hell. He reminds me of a broke version of Dick Murdoch from the back of the day. Dirty Dick Murdoch, rest in peace. But I will actually say this must have been Dick. I want to say Dick Murdoch again. This dude, I forgot his first name. What's his first name? What's his name again?
Trevor Murdoch.
Trevor, Jesus, I'll keep calling him Dick. Trevor Murdoch. He actually came up with a good promo. Yeah. This is one of the rare times that I will say, you know something? I believe what he says. He still looks dirty. He still looks broke ass Trevor Murdoch. But, Dick Murdoch. But, once again, the champion himself, Mr. Magnus, Nick Aldis comes out looking dapper, looking like the old days when the 80s show used to come out with the belt, put the belt down. You talk, you got the people going. He did his job. I can't wait till fans come back, and when he comes out there, have the fans just go crazy in him. And just have him do his antics. But I like when he comes out with the belt and he makes the belt be the focal point. He puts it right there on the podium. He talks like Sweet Charlotte, 10 pounds of gold. Dick Murdoch did his thing. I was like, okay, this is a good fast way to start the show. I'm like, okay, way better than 2 weeks ago. Way better than whatever they gave us last week. I can't even know what the hell that was last week.
That was just like a recap of everything. The only thing
we'll talk about it because we didn't care for it. So
no. The only thing I will say that I wanted to actually bring up about last week's thing was Kamille's promo, kind of saying that Nick Aldis does whatever he does, that she's not worried about it because she knows where she's going, and Tom knows where he needs to go, You know, like it felt like what we've been thinking for a while, that there's going to be a separation between Aldis and Kamille and Thomas Latimer. That was the only one take from that. Coming back to this week's show, then leads up to our homie Slice Boogie. He's over there talking junk about Jax Dane, how, you know, he was on his back most of the match, blah, blah, blah. I was digging it. And then, like, he's such a Latino that he was flirting with this chick the whole time while he was cutting a promo on this guy. And I was like,
looking forward.
Yeah. I dug it. It bring me back to the 90s where, you know, you did your thing, you holler at a shorty, you know, you look up and down. Slice Boogie's promo, what'd you think? Because I loved it.
Hey, man, Slice Boogie is the man. I'm telling you, the Bodega, shout outs to the Bodega, shout outs to Papo Esco, Danny Limelight doing his thing in AEW. And I'll say, you know, the dude is 4-0 right now. He beat in Clearwater, Dane, and Crimson in a 4-way, and then he's been winning ever since. Now he challenged Jax Dane to a match. Hopefully it'll happen next week. Hopefully he'll smack him around, put the Bodega stamp on him, send him back to Queens or wherever the dude's from, and keep it going. Then when he gets done, just go back in the back and say, hey, what's up, Miss Valentine? Like, what we going to do, shorty? That's what we used to do in the back, man. And he makes me laugh because, like, he's like, oh, so you meet him anywhere? He goes, hey, we can meet him in the front or in the back. And he looked at her from the front and the back. And I'm like, yeah, boy. That reminded me back in the high school days. Dude, when you went to the shorty, what's up, girl? What's up, man? What's up, shorty?
I don't remember the last time I seen a promo with somebody who did anything like that.
Yeah.
You know, it felt very funny. It felt very close to home.
I love Slice Boogie, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm loving that he's getting his chance. CWF from Hollywood with the Bodega, and now he's over here, got his nice 5-win match win streak. The dude right now, sky's the limit for him.
Absolutely. Listen, he's hot as hell. Now I do have to look down because I always mess up this guy's name. His name is Sal Renaro, I think his name is.
I call him Sal Berland. Well, we have a restaurant up here that's named Sal, and every time I pass by Sal's Bird something, so I call him Sal Berland just because I can remember the last name. It's Renaro or some crap.
That big Sal over here, he defeated the tag team champs in a handicap match. So I'm a little like kind of. I like the guy's work. I get the story, what's going on with Kratos and I just forgot his name, Aaron Stevens.
Stevens, yes.
Yeah, I get what's going on, and it feels like there's obviously going to be a separation or something like that. That's what it's, that's what it looks like. I'm not trying to act like this, professional booker, but it's what it looks like, and he gets the W, but my take was even with the issues, to have a single guy beat the tag team champs in a handicap match, they cannot win their next handicap match and it makes sense.
Well, because the storyline is that they're trying to get our boy here, Storm, back into the ring. So, so they play to his emotions of, he's getting bullied. I hate bullies, blah, 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 blah. He comes up to the ring apron or whatever. Dude takes a swing at him. Here comes Sal Berland from the back and boom, rolls up Kratos and gets him for the pin. 1, 2, 3. And now we already know the breakup is going to happen between him and Stevens. And now you're going to see Sal Berland and Storm become the new tag team champions at a future episode. Maybe maybe it'll be at a next pay-per-view whenever that's going to happen, or it might happen at whenever the next taping is going to happen. 2 weeks from now, 2 to 3 weeks from now. But whatever it is, hey, I'm on for Storm coming back to the ring. I love Storm. I know. I mean, unfortunately, I found out about Storm late in his career because he was still carrying that 10 pounds of gold when there was nothing going on with the NWA. And then when our homie or your homie Billy Corgan brought NWA back, he went and got Storm back, and for the show, and he defended the belt for like a year, different shows here and there till our homie there, Aldis, took it from him. So, I know Storm is in his mid-50s, but he still looks good, If as long as he doesn't carry the whole fight, let Sal, let Sal be the guy who takes the beating, and let Storm come in to clean it up. I'm good for that. I'm good for it.
No, and I'm glad you said that, because when we heard about the NWA coming back, me and you were talking about it. You're a huge NWA guy, and I always tell people, NWA. I didn't grow up with the NWA. Like, I grew up with WWF. That's what I watch. I'm from New York. I had it in the garden all the time. So I remember we were like, well, who's the champ? Who's this? And you were like, I don't know, some guy named Tim Storm. So I see him. I'm like, man, this guy looks old. And then we see him wrestle, and I'm like, man, now I'm one of these people that I don't really like the older talents, and I feel they should just give it to the younger guys. But Tim Storm can still go. You know what I mean? And he feels, I don't want to call him Mr. NWA, because I would say that's, maybe Flair or Dusty Rhodes or something like that.
Yeah.
But he definitely goes hand in hand. When you think NWA, you can still say it's Tim Storm as well. And I got nothing but respect for Tim Storm. He's one of the very few older guys that I was like, I don't mind watching Tim Storm. So if Tim Storm gets the belts, cool. I'm still extremely biased, and any belt Bram could win there, that's what I'm going to go for. But he's not in the control like that. So it looks like Tim Storm is going to be the guy. Which leads into Tyrus coming out, talking his nonsense. And it made sense. I like him paired up with Austin Idol. I really like the pairing of that. Because I do think that Austin Idol, what Tyrus lacks, Austin Idol does. And Austin Idol, if you put a mic on this guy, he's going to kill it. It's Austin Idol. So Pope comes out. He's doing this whole, that it is, you ain't earned your shot, blah, 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 blah. And I know you're not a Pope guy. I love the Pope. I've been dealing with the Pope for a long time. But I don't want Tyrus to be the guy to take it off him, which we'll go into. Titus goes into a match with Matt Cross and Marshe Rockett for the #1 contendership.
Whoa, Marshe what?
Marshe Rockett.
All day?
All day, Marshe Rockett. I was like,
day?
huh? Yo, I love Marshe Rockett. One of the coolest guys I ever met in the industry.
All day, Marshe Rockett. All day?
So, obviously, we know who was going to win this one. It was a really good match. I thought all three guys, even though I'm not a Tyrus fan, I thought Tyrus looked good in this match. I thought Matt Cross looked good in this match. And I thought Marshe Rockett looked good in this match. It seemed like all three guys knew how to make everybody look strong coming out of this match. So I was okay with this somehow being a #1 contenders match, which I don't know why Matt Cross or Marshe Rockett or Tyrus, who hasn't really done anything, get a #1 shot, or why they would be. But it was a great match. I just did not understand why this was a #1 contender match. That was my only issue.
All I know about this whole thing, Tyrus, I am not a Tyrus fan, but that was one of his best promos I have ever heard him.
Yes.
But I am not a Pope fan, because he always sounds the same thing. Daddy! He sounds like
it's the Pope,
Rhodes.
Daddy.
Yeah. He sounds like Dusty Rhodes. Daddy, let me tell you something. It's too much for me. But this was Tyrus' best promo that I've seen him do in years. Now, this is supposed to be a TV qualifying match. And all of a sudden it becomes a three-way. Nobody says it becomes a three-way. Tyrus is about to walk out, and then they stop, and then he gets into the match. How the hell that happened? I don't know. It just became a three-way. I feel sorry for Marshe. I feel sorry for Matt Cross. Why Matt Cross hasn't been working anywhere else other than Lucha Underground. Why he's not signed to AEW or Impact Wrestling or anything like that is beyond me. Because the dude, what was his name up there in Lucha Underground with the mask on?
Oh man, I'm not gonna remember right now, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
But yeah, when he was there under the mask with Ivelisse and Angelico, why he's not in AEW or something like that is beyond me. But but you brought a good point about Austin Idols. He held them outside. He waited till Rocket did his move, and when he did, he pushed him in, did not go get him, pushed the guy out. Now you pin him. I was like, oh shit, okay, now I see the point of Austin Idol being the mastermind behind Tyrus. Now, like the guy was saying, the announcer saying, the NWA title, the 10 pounds of gold, Charlotte is the grandfather of all the titles before the WWE title, before the IWGP title in Japan, before any other title. The NWA title was the main title recognized by anybody. And we're talking about the 40s, the 50s, the 60s. So Charlotte is the granddaughter or the grandmother of all of those titles that have come afterwards.
Now, I have no idea, and this is why I'm going to ask you, because I think you would know, obviously, because you're talking about it. Why is 10 pounds of gold called Charlotte?
Dude, back in the days, when and I have to be careful how I say this because we're living in a different time now. Soft era, which is what I like to call. Back in the days, wherever you had an object and you were a man, the object was a female. Period. You had a pickup truck. It was Norma Jean, Shirley, Esther, something like that. You had this. It was that. It was always a female's name. Period. But back in the days, the female name was the strong's names. Norma Jean, Shirley. Sadie. Stuff like that. In this case, Charlotte, because it's from Charlotte, North Carolina. Being back the day, NWA was the main place for the NWA was always down in North Carolina, and one of the main places that they went to get money for the draws was Charlotte, North Carolina. The belt was introduced. The man is the champion. Here comes the belt. Oh, here comes Charlotte. Charlotte, North Carolina. That was the to this day. Everybody knows Charlotte, North Carolina is Ric Flair country or the Four Horsemen country to this day. And the NWA, everything like when they did the first NWA show was down in Charlotte, North Carolina. So
because I asked because I remember Nick Aldis. He said something like and I got Sweet Charlotte, and I was like,
yes, Charlotte.
I was like, all right, and when you said
that belt's name's been Charlotte since the 70s. That was Charlotte, and when Flair took over the belt, he made sure that Charlotte, that was the name of the belt, was Charlotte from Charlotte, North Carolina, and that was the home of the Ric Flair and then the Four Horsemen in the 80s before it got turned into the big gold, thing, and then Charlotte just kind of took a back seat. Retired. They sent Charlotte to a nursing home, and then when they bought out NWA WCW, you saw Charlotte come back out of the retirement home and went back on tour again. And she's the grandmother of all the belts. Basically, it's Charlotte.
You know what? And for people like me who might not have known,
a three-way, I have no idea, but it sucks for all day. Marche Rocket and for Mike Cross. That they kind of got over because of Tyrus. But so this is a match that I do not want to see, and I don't care who wins this match in the future, whatever. I'm not a fan of either of those guys. So,
well, hopefully we get a triple threat, and there's somebody we do like that's involved in that NWA TV title.
Yes.
I love the education because I didn't know 90% of the stuff he just talked about. So I love learning new things. I do. It's why not?
And
I know
the funny thing, this is before computers. You had to look up for stuff. You had to buy 5, 6 monthly wrestling magazines and read all the articles, and then you found the little tidbits and the fun facts, and you're like, oh, okay, so this is why. Now you go into Google and talk to your phone, and Wiki has the answer right there. So
oh yeah. Like I don't remember what it was. My wife was like, "Hey, can you find out what this was?" And I just grabbed my phone and I was like, "Boom, there you go."
all I have to say this: I wish we had Wiki back in the days, in our high school days in the 80s. Because, dude, I would have had an A average with Wiki at about my side.
I feel you. Listen,
Bro, I will have an A average right now. I'll be in college somewhere with a degree.
no, I feel you on that.
I'm a C average, so I'm best.
No. So listen, I know you're super excited about this because this is the match that we kept saying we wanted to see. We wanted to see Kamille versus Genocide, and the power game.
They made us wait for it too.
They did.
2 weeks for it.
The power game that was involved in here, I'm blown away because we knew what Kamille looked like prior to NWA coming back, and she looked like an average wrestler. She had a great body, she's big, all that, she's absolutely gorgeous. I get all that. But in ring, I felt she was, just there. I'm not going to go that far. I thought she was average. I thought she was good enough to perform, and nothing I felt special. After COVID and NWA comes back, she has a match. We see her, we're like, man, yes, she looks a lot better. Now she has this match, and we were curious how she would handle somebody as big as she is. And you know what? I'll go second because I know you're fired up for this.
Bro, when I saw this match, I called this match out 2 weeks ago. I went on Twitter. I tagged both of them. I said, NWA, give me Genocide versus Kamille. I want to see a battle of the women beasts. Everybody tagged it. 2 weeks later, it happened. I saw this match. I'm like, man, this is gonna be a slap fest. There's gonna be a bunch of people are gonna mess up this match. It's not gonna be that great, bro. This match was awesome. Kamille took punishment. Genocide took punishment. That was the first time I ever seen Kamille get lifted and slammed down by anybody. Yeah. That was the first time ever. I thought that Kamille was gonna break. Genocide get on it. This was by far the best match I've ever seen Kamille wrestle. Yep. And it took 2 spears to pin Genocide.
And I dug that.
So that should tell you a lot how Genocide is built. But this, I was thinking, who is going to get the most out of it when the match is done? Is this going to benefit Genocide, or is it going to benefit Kamille? And by losing Genocide, she brought her stock up. And Kamille, by winning, she brought her stock even higher. Because now I want to see Kamille wrestle against Thunder Rosa for real now. And Serena Deeb and get the belt. Because they went out there and they beat the shit out of each other. And I loved that match. And that match was awesome. That match was good as hell.
No, absolutely. When I sat back, and like you said, Thunder Rosa to me, and we've said this as long as we've been podcasting on this whole channel, Thunder Rosa is the best woman wrestler on the planet right now. I don't care who your favorite is, it's Thunder Rosa. If you don't think so, tough shit. We both think it does. This is why we're sitting here and we're talking it. Kamille has to take that next step. Thunder Rosa is that person, because I feel Thunder Rosa could either look way too good, or if Kamille could hold her own, you're like, oh snap, Kamille is this good. And then, you pair her into Salina Deeb, I think her name is?
Yes, Serena Deeb.
Yeah, so when she gets healthy, all of a sudden, if you could have Thunder Rosa go through, Kamille go through Thunder Rosa, and now you pair them up, she's hotter than shit. Her stock is out the roof. And, Salina Deeb is going to be the next victim. You know what I mean? at the end of the day, I think that Kamille is becoming that chick. Like, I think she's becoming the face of the women's division. But, and I'm going to throw this out there because we do have a release from WWE. So, if Mickie James comes to NWA, I think she quickly gets thrusted into that position because of her value. And I don't care what anyone says. If Mickie James is in any position, in any company right now, she won a belt, there's no one who could complain because Mickie James is legit. I don't care if it's Impact, AEW, Ring of Honor, if they're doing something with the women, NWA, does not matter. She's that good. But once again, if you have Kamille on your roster, if you still have Deeb there, you have Mickie James, and if Genocide keeps looking better, your women's roster is looking phenomenal. So I love this. And at one point, did we not see her spear Melina as well?
Yeah, that was a given. That was going to happen. I just like afterwards, Thunder Rosa came out and she just get joined at Kamille. She didn't even go in the ring to check on Melina at all. So I was like, okay, she don't got it, whatever. That's her business, not mine. Let's go. Let's take it to the back.
It's so weird because I love Melina. I'm a Melina fan. We haven't really seen her really get her hands dirty in NWA yet. So I'm hoping we do because she's there for a reason. And then we kind of got the tease from Terrence Harrell talking about, like, I want to be on that side, and we haven't seen that yet. So if the names we're talking about, all the former champions everywhere they've gone, that women's roster, I'd put that up with anybody's. I don't care what promotion it is.
Yeah. So once they get the ball rolling.
Absolutely. So NWA is going in the right direction, especially with the women. I'm loving everything they're doing, which leads into Nick Aldis versus Jordan Clearwater. I think it's Clearwater, right? Or Weather?
Clearwater.
Clearwater.
Yeah. I love that. I love that kid, bro.
Let me hate for a second, because when I first seen him, I was like, man, I don't like this guy. Straight up. As soon as I seen him, I was like, I don't like him. Then me and Evil Lante talk. We obviously in the same chat. He's like, man, I really dig him. This, that. I'm like, yo, I don't know. I don't like him. He then has another match, and I'm like, damn, this kid is all right. Like, now he goes against Nick Aldis. There's a massive size difference. This comes down to a no contest. You know what I mean? Like, comes down to no contest. But what I thought his ceiling might have been Jordan Clearwater, who he's super young. I'm not trying to say this is it and that's that.
Yes.
I meant, like, I thought he'd be here because I thought his ceiling would be here. And then after this match, I was like, who is this kid? Like, why have I not seen him on AEW Dark, if that? Because I could easily see him on any company. I'm a fan. And I don't say that about a lot of people. And this is like 2 matches only. And I love this kid. And I think he's like 19, 20 years old or something. Like,
I love the kid because he wrestles for Championship Wrestling from Hollywood.
Yep.
And that's where I seen him at. That his name is Jordan Clearwater. And that's why you see the gold on one side is because he does what he calls the Midas touch.
Yeah, that shit is so fire.
Like a barbarian kick. And we saw the ending. You know what happened with, they jumped Dick Murdoch, did a cousin there, Trevor. He just shot at him. And at the beginning was, it's like, if you don't interfere in my match, you keep it. I'll give you a thing in the future about. You saw that like a setup. They brought it from the back front, so he messed it up for him. Blah, blah, blah. What I didn't like about this, and I was hoping that was going to happen, was when all this is looking, the bell already rang.
Yeah.
I was waiting and I was hoping for Clearwater to load up boot, and when he turns around, ran him over with a kick. He pins him right there because it's a non-title match. It's an exhibition.
Yep.
Right there, Murdoch just interfered in his match. He made him lose the match because he interfered again. So now you definitely give him a beatdown because he just lost to this kid that he should beat. I was hoping that was going to happen. It didn't happen. And Clearwater didn't even help Murdoch. He just got up and like nothing ever happened. So I didn't like the ending. That part, I was waiting for the kick. One surprise, 1, 2, 3. Oh, what the hell just happened? Now all of them just beat the crap out of Murdoch for what happened. He still got his ass kicked anyways, But Aldis still hasn't laid one finger on him, so it's basically, it's all a setup type thing.
See, I don't know when the next pay-per-view is. They haven't announced anything. No one knows anything, which is fine. But I think that Bram is going to cost him that title. I really think that he's going to come out, maybe, low blow him, hit him, I don't know, distract him, and then pair off. Because I know the teasers are out there. I know he also kind of took a shot at Chris Adonis. My fault. I was going to call him Chris Masters.
Yeah.
Chris Adonis, and said something like, yo, you got to earn the jacket. You know what I mean? So he's like the only one not walking around with a strictly business jacket. I think this is going to blow up. I think it's going to blow up real soon. Who takes the title from him? I have no idea. But at the end of the day, I think that the only reason why he's going to lose.
I hope it's not Murdoch, and I hope it's not Stevens. I'll tell you that right now.
No. I mean, I don't know who at this point, like I said, I'm biased. I hope it's Latimer. I think he deserves a shot, even if it's a transitional champion. I got no problem with it, because I'm for some reason I know a lot of people keep asking me, where do you think Andrade's going? And I keep saying MLW, but some reason I have no idea why. In my head, I'm like, Andrade's going to NWA. I don't know why I think that. I think he'd be perfect for NWA. And what better, title to go after if you're him than the 10 pounds of gold?
All I know is I know this is not the format for this, the platform, because we're NWA. But I'm still hoping Andrade goes to Impact and becomes the Latino face that they want. Because they're saying that they want more Latinos working on the visas. This guy doesn't have it. He's a citizen or whatever. Do the same thing that Ring of Honor is doing with Roosh, that they signed him and gave him this lucrative contract, brought his family over. They gave him money. They told him, we're going to teach you English. You're going to be our champion. They put a set plan for him. Not, we're going to give you this, and then, we got bored of him. Okay, let's get him out.
See, and
I think that's Bruce is still being the champion. Even after COVID, he's still being the champion. And they put this plan in place, and they stuck to that plan. Why can't NWA or Impact Wrestling do the same thing for Andrade? Where WWE dropped the ball, we value you. We value your look, your face, your physique. You are a champion. We want you in a suit. This is your belt. We're going to bring your family over. We're going to give you, this is your guaranteed contract for 4 years. We're going to teach you the language. You're going to be here. You're going to be the face of our company to hit the Latino demographic that everybody wants. Everybody wants the next Rey Mysterio. But the 2021 Rey Mysterio doesn't have to wear a mask.
No.
To be that Rey Mysterio. He could be one of those good-looking guys. Roosh, Andrade right now. Dude, you get him like you just said right now. Get him to the NWA. You pull him right up top.
Yep.
You
right
make
from the
him
jump.
the challenger for the 10 pounds of gold. Right there and then. If he needs somebody to speak to, Melina's there. Change the things around. Melina's a spokesperson right there. She just became her manager. Or you
Just
got
like
or Thunder Rosa. Well, no, she's a wrestler, but Melina will be the right person right there. He goes to Impact. You got to bring somebody for him. Bring somebody that speaks Spanish. A female wrestler that's out there. Ivelisse right now, she's out there. Bring her as the spokesperson for him. Yeah, there's so many things.
Listen, why not bring the pairing back and just do Thea Trinidad?
Yes, please, yes.
You know, like,
thank you.
Let her do what she does. She's absolutely amazing at it. They obviously had great chemistry.
The thing is with WWE is that Uncle Vince is God. I mean, let's just say this. Uncle Vince is God. And I hate to say that because there's only one God. But Uncle Vince to wrestling is God. Your Uncle Vince, wrestling would not be where it's at right now. Nope. But unfortunately, we know that Uncle Vince has some ideas that work. When they're at NXT, they worked fine together. Trinidad worked together with Andrade, and they were gold. And every time they have something down there and they bring it up to the top, he changes his mind. So this is where the wrong thing about Uncle Vince comes in, is that he doesn't give the stuff the chance to marinate. This is where you need that younger brain that's over the place to say, okay, we're gonna bring this over. We're gonna stand behind you. We're really gonna do this now. But Uncle Vince stands behind you for one day, and then tomorrow he changes his mind, and now you're out the door. Yeah. The Hurt business just broke up. They do this. I want him to do this. Oh, I like this guy. Let's push him. 2 weeks later, I lost interest in him. You can't do that, man. You break these people's morale so bad. And I've never watched NXT in my life till it went to USA Channel now, or I'm sorry, the Peacock channel.
The Peacock.
And because I have Peacock, I could actually now watch NXT. Dude, I just watched NXT for the first time, and I'm like, oh my God, this is how they should be up there on Raw and SmackDown.
Ain't gonna happen.
Oh my God! But all the excitement and all the storylines and the fresh faces, and then they get killed. Yeah, I know why they get killed, because he loses interest. You have one guy being God of everything.
Yep.
And yes, we love God for everything here for wrestling, but unfortunately, Uncle Vince, he's already past his prime. He's what, in the 70s? His vision is blurry. He needs fresh eyes.
Vince is like the Al Davis of wrestling.
Yes. Thank you. Yes.
That's how I see him. He was great.
One of those all AFL commissioners, Bum Phillips and the guy from Buffalo, John Levy and everybody else that, they open the door, everybody comes in, but now this is my door. This is how it's going to be, whatever. Screw you. I don't like you. You fired. Get out of here. And that's why hurts wrestling.
I really want Billy Corgan to really partner with somebody. I really do. Because I think that, I know they were trying to do it with Ring of Honor. Like we seen that when they were trying to bring over.
Yes, and it was working before COVID hit.
With the Villain Club, and then he got into his problems.
They have to bring that back. They have to do that back. I'm hoping I'm hoping that it's still there for them to do that again. I mean,
you know what it is? I think with Ring of Honor, there's kind of a weird cloud there, but fans just want a great product. So if you want to dive back into it, can you imagine having EC3 versus Nick Aldis or the Briscoes, who I'm a huge fan of, versus whatever tag team is NWA champions? Like, there's so many possibilities that the product just becomes fresher.
And the thing is about Uncle Vince, you go on social media, oh my God, this guy. But the scary thing is this, and I'm scared, and I'm even scared to even bring this out and put it out in the universe. What's going to happen when Uncle Vince retires and says, something, it's my time, I'm going to go, or just out of the blue, he, God forbid, he passes away or some shit like that. Dude, the wrestling world will be in a standstill because everybody's going to be scared to take that next step. Like, who's going to be in charge of WWE when Uncle Vince is not there? You know what I'm saying?
I think it'll go to Steph and Triple H.
Dude, Stephanie, we don't know anything about them, but did you see Stephanie McMahon really leading WWE to the future?
No,
you know what I'm saying? Or Triple H.
She goes hand in hand with Triple H.
Exactly, but still, you feel comfortable with those guys? You know what I'm saying?
Well, Triple H does NXT.
Yes, exactly. But now imagine him doing everything.
3 shows, I don't see it.
3 shows,
no.
bro. They got
you got like 205 in there too.
Yes, 205. What's the other one? The one in UK, the one they want to do in Mexico,
UK, NXT
the one
India,
with India.
WWE Evolve.
But the thing is, why is Uncle Vince so good at it? Is because he's built tough from our time and before us.
Listen, and
This
I'll
guy
leave it on.
nowadays, I'm
going to leave it on this because it don't matter what anyone thinks, and I'm going to be really honest with anyone who's up to this part and listens. Vince don't give a shit what you think. Like, you got to think. Everybody always wants to cry or hate on Vince. I'm not a Vince lover. I don't like WWE. You know,
hey, I love Uncle Vince. Respect Uncle Vince.
Oh no, I respect everything he's done. But I don't watch WWE. I won't watch Raw. I don't watch SmackDown. I respect everything he's done. And if you want to throw him in a label, that's fine. If you want to say Vince is a racist, well then how come every Spanish, every Asian guy, every black, every whatever keeps wanting their WrestleMania moment? Why? If everybody hated this guy that much, why does everybody sign there? We just seen one of the most beautiful, talented women in the world, Taya Valkyrie. You know what I mean? She could have went to AEW. I'm pretty sure if she said, hey, this is what they're offering me. If you match that, I'll come here. Did not happen. She went to NXT, where I always thought she was too big for NXT, and she would go main roster. She went to NXT. All these people, they all want that moment. EC3 was killing it in Impact. He went there. They jobbed him out. They ruined him. He left. Chelsea Green did nothing. Went to Impact. Came back. They released her. Does not matter what Vince says. Everybody wants that WWE stature. They want to say, I'm a WWE roster person. Hate Vince or not, the reason why wrestling is as popular and famous as it is because of Uncle Vince. And I don't care what anybody says, is all because of that man right there. He was 20 steps ahead of everybody.
Dude, the NWA in the late 70s and 80s could have been hand in hand with Uncle Vince and his vision. And what happened? They didn't want that. They weren't seeing the pay-per-view, what Vince did for WrestleMania. They weren't ready to take that next step. They were scared to take that next step. And what did Vince do? It always takes that one person to take that next step, break the wall. Either he's going to fail or he's going to go ahead, and then everybody's going to follow. And then they're going to go, here we go, do the same thing that he just did. We're just going to do it a little differently. Or he failed. Oh, we ain't going to touch that. Or we're going to do this. But you always need that one person, that brave person, crazy in the head or whatever. Just go on there. Okay, I'm going to do whatever. Ain't nobody going to do it. Yeah, I'm going to do it. And they had that chance, and they didn't. And what they do, they won and started doing, okay, well, we're going to take over Florida. We're going to take over Atlanta. We're going to take over Georgia. And how did that last? They didn't last that long because WWE started taking everything over because thanks to the pay-per-view and that money that they were generating out of pay-per-view. He had the vision and he wasn't afraid to spend the money to make that money. Everybody else was. And look where everybody else is at now. AWA, WCCW, NWA, ECW, GWF. All those guys were fighting against WWE back then. And they were afraid to take that chance. And then once WrestleMania hit, what happened? AWA, Super Clash, down in Texas. WCCW, the shows down in the Cotton Bowl. 50,000 plus outside with the Freebirds and the Von Erichs sweating their blood. Where the Freebirds wearing their southern flags on their faces. Where you can't do that shit now. Oh boy, no, you can't do that now. But no, back then, bro, you saw that, you were like, those guys are patriots because they believe in their stuff. And they got their flags all over their face and their bodies, and they're going to war
Right now, that's cancel culture, brother.
You can't do that now. But they did it. They were following WWE, and they went out of business. The only who could compete was NWA. And then when Turner wanted to be like Vince, he jumped on board and wanted to do that. And for a long time, he beat him. But on the like, what's that was the saying? The turtle always wins the race.
Oh yeah. Slow and steady wins the race.
Yeah. So what did Ted Turner do? He tried to go big, go fast. Where's the money? He be unconvinced for what, a year, 2 years in the ratings for a record time every week. Everybody was watching. They were giving you what was going on in the tapings, and slow and steady. What happens? Look who's still standing, and look who's not around anymore. 20 years
in
later,
the WWE library,
owned by Unconvinced, laughing his ass to the bank.
You know what?
That's how it is, bro. It's wrestling.
So listen, I think we covered everything.
Yeah, we jumped a long time ago. We went somewhere else.
It's all good because you still had some NWA history in there.
Yes.
So, listen, they already know what it is. www.urbanwrestlingnetwork.com, where you can have all of our content, all of our interviews. We have everything from the bodega when me and Eve Alonso first started. You have Master Bryce, 10 pounds of podcast. You have the merchandise that's on there. My fault. He was pointing a million times. We have
get one for your girl. Get one for your grandma. Get one for your side chick. They're there. Hit the click. Get them. They fit.
Hell yeah. And then it's at Urban Wrestling Net is for the Twitter. The same thing for the Instagram. Ladies and gentlemen, for myself, both Orbit and Olse, we out of here. Deuces.